All right, guys, Nick Bentley here. So let's talk about why we are up $8,500 on the 30-year U.S. Treasury bond futures ZB on the June contract. So first thing that we do, guys, is we look at the trend. And what we see here is this is a 4-hour chart. You can see that up here, okay? I'm on Thinkorswim platform. On a 4-hour chart, the trend is down. We are impulses down, corrections up, impulses down, corrections up, impulses down, corrections up, stair-stepping down, continuing these lower highs and lower lows. And so when I see that, there is only one way to trade, all right? Everything starts with trend. And when I see that, I want to short this market. So I go into, I will go into a 30-minute area, and on Friday at about 10:30 in the morning or so. So this goes back today. Right now it's Monday at 11:45 a.m. But I see a drop-based drop here, okay? And we come back up, and we got short here. Now you see all my stops here, but that's because we moved our stop to break even at this point. All right, and I'll tell you why we did that and how we kind of managed that trade. So during Friday, we came very, very close to getting stopped out immediately on this trade within 30 minutes. But price moved down to the low, and we started to kind of fade back into this as we closed into Friday and opening on Sunday. We are halfway to our first target. See, we were not at our halfway to our first target until this point, until we broke that new low. And now we are at halfway to our first target, so we move our stop on our short to break even. So what does this mean? It means that we're up 87.50 on the trade, and no matter what happens with price, I have locked in an area where we can not lose money. So I think I protected us by 1 or 2 ticks to cover the cost of commissions should something crazy happen, right? And crazy happens. So I have no idea what's going to happen with price, but the trend is continuing down, and this is our first target right here at 126.03. So what I will do is I'll come back in a separate video, and once we hit our target or if things change, we can start implementing our trailing stop moving average strategy. We're up 87.50. Do I want to give all of that back? Not really. So I can implement a moving average strategy, but kind of want to see this play out as we're at the 11:45 moment. If we are stalling here, or if something unnecessary or crazy happens after lunch when everything comes back together around 1 o'clock, I'll check back in and we can start moving our moving averages around, and I will show you a moving average strategy that we use. But overall, again, guys, trend is down, right? We talked about the impulses and the lower highs and the lower lows. But inside of that 30-minute, what do? We look for rally-based drops, or we look for drop-based drops. So rally-based drops or rally-based drops is what we look for. We had a rally-based drop here that pushed to new lows. We came back up, and what do you know? Momentum was on our favor, being at 50 on the RSI. And we continue down. We tested it again, though, right? We tested it again, but it does continue down. And then we had a false spike up, so we continue down. So don't be surprised if we start to catch up a buying momentum because of these two fakes, that I start to think about taking profits on this $85, $86, $8,700 trade. Now I did get short 8 contracts here on the ZB, and the reason why I got short 8 contracts of the ZB is, number one, of account size, but number 2 is because of risk. There was a lot of risk here because we did come into it a little bit stronger off the bottom of this pulse up. A lot of buying momentum. So, and guys, it really depends on your account size, okay? So, it doesn't really matter. But on the 8 contract side of a 30-year bond futures, it's a decent sized position, but I wasn't being super aggressive. All right, welcome back, traders. Video number 2 of this trade. We're still in it, and we didn't come quite down to 26.03, but like I said, I moved our stop to 26.10, and we did hit that. So we are only we're only short 4 contracts now. We got out early this morning. I think it was like 3 or 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time that we got out of that trade. And what I decided to do was start to implement a trailing stop strategy to not give back all of the profits that we've made on this position. So right now, we've currently made about a little bit more than $9,000 on this trade. We have 48.75 still running on this trade down to our high time frame demand area. So remember, we got short here, and we wanted to put our stop just above this is what we talked about. So I did that. We got out, and we are probably going to have a correction. Okay, I'm not going to be surprised if we do get stopped out here. But if we do, that's fine. We'll take home $9,000 on this trade. If not, and it only rallies back up, I mean, this is quite the drawdown. So if I just do a quick fib retracement. And the proper way to do it is from the origin of the move down to the low of the move. And if I look at this real quick, show the coefficients on the left. Yeah, we'll get stopped out if it even has a 23.6% rally. Okay? But, you know, we were short 8 contracts, and we hit our first target. So now we're up about $10,000 on this trade. And this is a rally-based rally with very strong buying pressure that pushes the RSI above 60, and we break into new highs. Okay? So I'm not upset. I won't be upset if we get stopped out here on our second set of 4 contracts, okay? But the anticipation is if we were to move down, I had no idea that price was going to rally or if it was going to fall. We don't know where price is going to go. All we can do is do the most prudent thing, okay? And that's what we did here is we took price above that level. Remember, this was our first target at 126.03, but in the last video, we moved it to 126.10. We got stopped out there on 4 contracts, made quite a bit of money. And we're catching a bit of a rally here, but if we are able to continue down, there's nothing really in the way before we come into this kind of, it's not even the best level, but these pivot lows, okay? So I've got my second target down here, and we'll trail our stop down. So I'll come back once we are in the final tier of this trade, whether we get stopped out or whether we continue to move down and I trail my stop down. All right, guys, so we did get stopped out of this ZB 30-year U.S. Treasury bond futures trade and exited the trade with about $9,300 in profit. But let's go through that, okay? So I've got some of the details outlined here from the first couple of videos that we were talking about. We got short here. We stalled out here. We came down. We moved our target to 126.10. We did hit that. We had our we implemented one of our trailing stop strategies at 126.30, and we came into that yesterday at about 2 p.m. So right now it's Wednesday at 8:50 in the morning, and what I want to say is I think that we made the right decision, and here's why I believe that. Okay, so every time that we enter, exit a trade, you look back at a trade and say, did we make the right decision? Now, I have no idea where price is going to go from 127.07, but what came to be is that we breached these previous highs before the impulse is down, and when we did that, we came in above 60 on the RSI. And the low that we put in, not only was it above 40, but it respected a very so-so area, okay? And we're moving north now. So now we're catching a little bit of a bounce down from the 89 moving average, but we got out right here at 126.30, first target at 126.10. You know, like I said, made about $9,300, and we are moving upwards now. So if I were to go into, say, a 15-minute chart, the trend has changed. Okay? The trend has changed. Now, I don't see really any good opportunities to get long here, but if we come back into this area, we're likely to breach through it, at least into the 128-ish area. Okay? So, good trade overall. The 30-minute drop-based drop came in below 60 on RSI in the middle of a downtrend. We took it. It stuttered around for a little bit. We moved our stop to break even once we breached that new low halfway to our first target. We adjusted our target after looking at high time frame demand, and now we are rallying from that high time frame demand, and it's respecting so levels. So with that being said, I think we made the right decision, and making $9,300 over I don't know, what is that, 70 hours, something like that, is something that if we could do a couple times a week, we'd be in a really, really, really good spot. So we're going to keep trading this way. We're going to keep following our rules. We're going to keep doing everything outlined inside of the trading price strategy. So, guys, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you enjoyed watching the before, during, and after of the profits and the explanations of. If you have any questions, make sure that you ask them below. Give us a like or subscribe if you want to find out more videos like this. But I will catch you guys on the next video, where we always talk about what we're potentially entering into, why we're entering into it, and how we're managing the trade. All right, guys. See ya.